All right, so today I want to talk about mentorship. It's had a profound impact in my life. I've had two different types of mentorship. I've had your structured mentorship where you're like meeting weekly and you have objectives. And then I've had your more loose, unstructured mentorship where it's just someone in your life that cares about your growth and development and it's just kind of guiding you along the way. So I thought I'd quickly talk about just some pros of having a mentor, and then I'll finish it with how to find and locate that mentor. So let's go over the pros. I wrote a couple down here. One, and I think it's the biggest one, is perspective, right? This mentor gets to give you a perspective of a situation that you probably won't be able to have on your own, right? And typically this mentor that you've selected will be someone that has experience in a specific area that you don't. The perspective they give you is quality in comparison to what you bring to the table. So that mentor is really going to be able to see different angles of a situation that you don't see, that you may be just overlooking, right? I've had so many times where I've approached my mentors about a situation and I've been all fired up and been like, hey, this is how I'm going to handle this. This is how I'm going to, what I'm going to say to this person, what I'm going to say to this person, how I'm going to lay the law down. And then they've kind of slowed me down and said, hey, let's break down the situation here, Austin. And by the end of the conversation, I was like, oh, okay. I guess if I'm going to think with the outcome in mind, I won't do those things. And I didn't really think about some of the non-obvious to me pieces of the situation that were actually big impactors. And they were always able to bring those things to the table. So that's one. Perspective is big for mentorship. Number two is just humility. I think it's good to repeatedly see someone that knows way more than you. Right, just from a humility perspective, like in keeping you and reminding you that you don't know everything, Austin. You don't. And you may feel like you do sometimes, but anytime you interact with these mentors and these other individuals, you see, all right, man, like there is a lot to know, right? The more you know, the less you know. So yeah, I think humility's a big one. The third one I wrote down was accountability. You're going to hear me say this a lot because I really, really do believe in it. It's just another person to hold you accountable to what you say you're going to do, especially when it comes to that more structured mentorship where you're meeting someone on a regular basis. They're going to expect results, right? They're not wasting their time. They're not just talking just to see you stay stagnant or plateau. They want to see you improve. These people care about you. They want to see you grow, and they want to know that you take them seriously, and you take yourself seriously, more importantly. So when, you voice that you have a goal in something and you don't make progress towards that goal, which I have done before, it does not create a good mentee to mentor situation, right? You've got to show that you appreciate their time by actually applying what they're telling you to apply, which I found, right? I had certain situations where maybe I didn't really agree with the mentor's perspective on something, or I thought I just had a better way to do it. And I had to humble myself and say, you know what? No, Austin, like follow the process, the one that you didn't create, but someone else did, and just see where it takes you. And I'm so glad that I did that and started doing that because it opened my eyes to, hey, there's a better way to do things, Austin, that you don't know already. And they help hold you accountable to those things that you say you want to do. When you tell someone what your goals are, and then they invest time into you to help you reach those goals, you're going to quickly figure out how badly you want those goals or not. And they're going to help you figure that out too. So I think that's big from a mentorship perspective. And then the last one I wrote down was just support. And I put cheerleader too, because it's like you got someone that's on your side and you've told them what your goals are. And as you start hitting your milestones and making progress, it feels great to have someone that's kind of showing you along the way, proud of you, right? To see them proud of you, like, hey man, 6 months ago, you said you wanted to be here and you're here now. Nice. And then that support too is like they're consistently looking for opportunities, whether they're with you or not, to help improve your current state and to help get you closer to what your goals are. So, I would get texts and calls from my mentors regularly and still do, when there's an opportunity for them to add assistance or support me in any way. Hey, Austin, have you seen this book, or have you read this book, or have you seen this on the news? This pertains to, one of the businesses that you were starting, or, hey, I just had a conversation with so-and-so who also is doing what you're doing. You guys should connect. Like, it's just great to have someone that's a supporter, pushing you forward, cares about you, and pumps you up when you're doing what you're supposed to do. So all pros, man. I really don't think there are any cons to having a mentor at all. Again, it's someone in your corner that wants to see you get where you want to get. That's really should have already been there, right? Like when you're selecting a mentor, you're selecting someone that has achieved something or shown the qualities of someone that could achieve something that you don't have yet. So it's great to see that relationship work. So now let's talk about finding a mentor. All right, Austin. So you think mentors are cool and all, but how do you actually get one? Let's go online. All right, you Google everything else. Google this. It really depends on the type of mentorship you want. If you want the structured mentorship, right, which I've had where I'm meeting weekly. Again, we have objectives. Did I meet those objectives? What were the obstacles that I needed assistance overcoming, right? Like if you want that structured accountability, go online. I went to Google and just typed in free mentorship, and Score Mentoring popped up. This is like 4 years ago now, maybe 5. I was able to find a mentor. We sat down and we saw that we thought the same, when it came to a professional perspective, and he had light years more experience than I did. And it's been a great relationship ever since. He's like a third dad to me, which is great. I've been able to bring him professional situations, probably the majority of my professional situations that I've struggled with. And he's been able to add value to each and every single one of those situations and really help me see some things that I didn't originally see. So go online if you're looking for that structured mentorship. For unstructured mentorship, I really think it's all around us, right? I think everyone right now has someone, at least one person, if not multiple people, that they know that have achieved something in the realm of what they'd like to achieve in some way. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but similar skill set developed or similar mentality developed. And those people that you've identified as highly valuable in your network, you can make them your mentor, right? Get closer to them, create a relationship and a bond with that individual, and start sharing what your goals are, and look for opportunities to assist them as well, right? This can't be a one-way street. It's got to be both ways. When you've identified someone that could potentially be a mentor for you, and you're like, man, that would be great if that person was my mentor, I found it best to look for an opportunity to help them first. Like, hey, get to know them. What are some of the things that, some of the obstacles that they may face in their day-to-day lives, and see if I can help remove some of those obstacles for them, right? They're the one that would be adding the value to me. So let me try in some way to add value to them. And typically that opens the door for them to add value back into your life through some form of mentorship. And it's just been really, really helpful having those people on my side, having those people on my team that want to see me do better and hold me accountable when I need it, and just keep pushing me in the right direction. So yeah, that's my kind of high level experience with mentorship. I'll probably do some segments where I go really specific into, specific situations with actual mentors and things that happen, but kind of wanted to just do a little introduction to that here first. I'm going to be talking about a bunch of stuff on here. It's not just going to be mentorship. You saw my last one, it was about drinking soda water. So anything that I think at some point could be helpful to someone, I'm going to just start recording that. So yeah, that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.
I'm feeling these vibes. I'm feeling these vibes. I'm feeling alright. Let it fit on.